This is Jean Deller at the Indy 500 last weekend. Of the 102 runnings, she's attended 43. This is Danica Patrick, first woman to lead laps at Indy. This was her 8th 500. They both retired this week. Here's a brief history of the intertwined relationship of Jean Deller, the Indy 500, and retirements. The first race was held in 1911. Of the 40 drivers in the race, one guy invented the rearview mirror instead of having his mechanic ride along to keep an eye on his blind spot. His name was Ray Haroon. Ray won the very first race, and then he announced his retirement from Victory Lane. The annual race was canceled because of the war in 1917 and 18. The first year after the war, an Indiana native won the race, Howdy Wilcox. After winning, he led the crowd in singing "Back Home Again" in Indiana.
Back home again in Indiana.
Louis Meyer won his third race in 1936 and was photographed drinking the bottle of buttermilk he requested after he won. That started another famous Indy tradition. But Jean doesn't like milk. Jean's dad, George Tim, went to his first race in 1938. Floyd Roberts won that year. But Floyd became the first former winner to die during the race when he crashed in 1939. Floyd had planned to retire after that fateful race. In 1957, longtime racer Sam Hanks finally won an Indy 500 after 13 attempts. Through his tears, he became the second driver to announce his retirement from Victory Lane. In 1969, Jean's favorite driver, Mario Andretti, won his first and only Indy 500. By 1972, the Indy 500 had become a family tradition, and Doug and Jean attended their first race, along with Jim Nabors, who performed "Back Home Again" in Indiana for the first time.
Back home again in Indiana.
1973 saw Doug and Jean's marriage and their second race. This was a tragic race spread over 3 days, where Jean saw the deadly crash of Swede Savage and a death in pit road. In 1977, Jean saw Janet Guthrie, the first woman racer in the Indy 500. She also saw A.J. Foyt become the first 4-time winner. The races kept running and the Dellers kept going. In 1993, Jean earned her doctorate. A.J. Foyt announced his retirement after a crash on pole day.
Hard decision, but it comes a time. I don't know.
And Jim Nabors continued singing "Back Home Again" in Indiana.
Back home again in Indiana.
And 1 year later, Jean took her kids, Tim and Christy, to their first Indy 500. This would also be Mario Andretti's last race in 1994. He would retire at the end of the season. The 2000s saw many more races, many more memories, and many more milestones. Every year saw rookies race for the first time and veterans race for the last time. And this year, in 2018, Jean Deller went to another Indy 500 and retired all in the same week. And this racing legend wanted to pass along a retirement message.
Hi Jean, I understand you're ready to retire. Well, I hope I get to see you somewhere along the way, but meanwhile, have a wonderful retirement, a wonderful life after this.